So you've left. You promised yourself never again. And then somehow, there you are. Different person, same dynamic. Same hot and cold, push and pull, same walking on eggshells, same feeling that love has to be earned every single day. And you start to wonder, what is wrong with me? I need you to hear this right now because before anything else, nothing is wrong with you. And I hope you know that fundamentally. But something is happening and it has a name. And once you understand it, I promise you, everything clicks. Because this isn't bad luck in love. This isn't a character flaw. And this isn't some curse following you around generationally. This is your nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. And today, we're going to change that. Hi, I'm Karina Aybar, psychotherapist and coach, and this channel is for people who are done asking, why does love feel like this? This is all about emotional regulation, healing, generational trauma, and parentification so that you can understand why you feel the way you do and how to heal it with compassion and practical tools. So I am making this video because many members, especially there were 2 members this past week that reached out to me and I thought, wow, what a coincidence. So of course, I directed them to connect. And it's this topic of being these hyper-independent women, coming off so independent and confident to the world, but in love, they feel like they're jaded. And it pains my heart when I see my clients, my members, when I hear them say this. So they reach out to me asking, why is it that love feels like this? Maybe I will end up alone. And if you have ever found yourself in relationships that start as a fairy tale and end in exhaustion, if you've ever felt more comfortable with someone who keeps you guessing than someone who's just stable, you're in the right place. And if this is resonating, stay with me because I'm going to explain the nervous system, the science behind it, and the psychology of what's actually driving your patterns. Not affirmations. I'm going to give you real tools at the end. It's not toxic positivity, but actual tools to start breaking this cycle. So make sure that you are subscribed. So let's go. So the question that nobody answers is, why do I keep attracting toxic people? Most advice that you will find online answers this question like this, more like you need better boundaries, or you attract what you are, or my personal least favorite, you need to love yourself first. And don't get me wrong, there is truth buried in those things, but they skip the most important part. They skip the why. Why do boundaries feel so hard to enforce? Why does someone who treats you badly feel more magnetic than someone who treats you well? And why does your body physically pull toward those who are ultimately going to hurt you? And here's the answer. Your nervous system is not looking for love. It's looking for familiarity. And let me repeat that again. Your nervous system is not looking for love. It is looking for familiarity. And if the earliest love you experienced from a parent, a caregiver, whoever was supposed to make you feel safe, if that love came with chaos, withdrawal, with criticism, with unpredictability or fear, then chaos, withdrawal, criticism, and unpredictability got filed in your nervous system's database under one word: home. This is not a metaphor, but it is neurological. And this is why I want to explain to you the science of familiar pain. There is a concept called repetition compulsion, first described by Freud, later expanded by attachment researchers and trauma specialists. It describes our unconscious drive to recreate familiar emotional experiences, even painful ones. But here's where it gets really important. When we talk about trauma, especially childhood trauma, emotional neglect, or growing up with a parent who was inconsistent, addicted, avoidant, or controlling, our nervous system learns a very specific survival question, which is hypervigilance equals safety. Meaning, if I can just read the room well enough, if I can monitor their moods, if I can be good enough, small enough, useful enough, then maybe I won't get hurt. And that survival strategy gets wired in, literally. The neural pathways that get used the most in childhood become the highways of your adult emotional brain. So when you meet someone emotionally unavailable, someone who runs hot and cold, your nervous system doesn't register danger. It actually registers recognition. And recognition feels like chemistry. Oh boy, do I know that feeling. Many of my clients do the butterflies on your stomach, right? That anxious flutter in your chest, that pull you feel towards someone who keeps you uncertain. Your body isn't saying, this is love. Your body is saying, I know how to survive that. And there is something even more specific happening. Something that it's called intermittent reinforcement. And I'm sure you are familiar with this, but if you're not, this is when someone is inconsistent with their love and affection. Sometimes they're warm, sometimes they're cold, sometimes present, sometimes they're gone. And so the unpredictability itself creates a neurochemical response. Dopamine spikes every time they come back. Every text, every I am sorry, every good weekend after a bad week. It hijacks the same circuits as a slot machine. I was fascinated by this chat by Dr. Ramani, and I thought, wow, what a perfect analogy that is, right? Because you're not just addicted to them, you are addicted to the cycle. And here comes trauma bonding and why leaving feels impossible. This is what trauma bonding actually is. And I want to be clear here because this gets misused a lot. Trauma bonding isn't just, I love someone toxic. It's a physiological attachment response that forms specifically under conditions of intermittent reward and threat. It's documented in hostage situations, in cults, in abusive relationships of every kind. You see, when I used to lead an anti-domestic violence program in Upper Manhattan here in New York City, I recall witnessing this a lot. However, this is not to victim blame. This is because we must acknowledge our part in it. Are you valuing yourself? Are you working on your self-esteem? You see, in abusive relationship, there is a power imbalance, right? There is a power and control, and the abuser exerts the most power. However, the way that we break the cycle, right? Because it's never 50-50 in abusive relationships. It may be an 80-20, but let's say that 20, not to victim blame, I want to be very clear, because I am an advocate for anti-violence, regardless of your gender. But in my work with survivors of abuse, intimate partner violence, we often had to work on their self-esteem and self-worth. Think about it. Your body forms the deepest, most desperate attachments to the people who have also caused you the most pain. You don't ever think that somebody's going to turn abusive or is going to be gaslighting you, avoiding you, when they just claim that they loved you. They bombarded you with love. So this is why people who are brilliant, self-aware, successful, people who know exactly what's happening still cannot leave. I'm not immune to this. No one is, right? That's why they may leave and go back, or they leave one person like this and then find another. And this is not weakness. It is neurobiology. And this is what I would love for you to hold on to. You see, the nervous system that learned one pattern can learn another. And this is called neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to form new pathways. It doesn't stop in childhood. It doesn't stop at 30, at 40, or 60, or 70. Doesn't matter. The work is harder as an adult, right? I'm not going to lie to you about that, but it is absolutely possible. Now, I also want to share about why healthy love feels so boring and what's actually telling you. And more on this on the video that I will link to this one. You see, I want to address something that almost nobody talks about honestly. I wonder, have you ever dated someone who was genuinely good and caring? They were consistent, they were kind, and they were available. And then you felt nothing. Or worse, you felt vaguely suffocated and bored even repelled. This is a common experience with my members. One of my members this past week brought up this feeling that she was wondering what's wrong with me because my partner, it's a wonderful person, you know? On the books, it's like check, check, check. Even the feeling, even how he makes me feel is good. But I find myself, just kind of questioning. It's like, do we have chemistry? When we went through the whole checklist of emotions, how she actually feels, she realized like, wow, I think that I'm addicted to chaos. And this work, it's important to acknowledge with compassion. This is not to blame yourself, but this is the reality. I want you to know that you're not alone. This is a common experience with my clients and members. And this member in particular, you know who you are if you're watching this. I was so inspired by her self-awareness about this, right? Because she was hating herself for it, okay? And this is one of the most painful and confusing parts of trauma patterns, right? Secure love doesn't produce the same neurochemical rush. It doesn't trigger your hypervigilance, right? It doesn't give your nervous system anything to solve. And so it reads as boring or flat. Safe can actually feel like boring, and stable can feel like settling, right? But here's a reframe that I want to offer you today, right? That flatness, the boring sensations, that's what regulation feels like when you've spent your entire life dysregulated. And it's like someone who grew up in a loud, chaotic household, visiting a quiet library and feeling uncomfortable with the silence. Almost like, like there's something wrong or off, like, should I do something? Should I speak, right? They're just not used to quiet. Many of my clients and members are not used to that. And I wonder if you're resonating with this. Please comment below and let me know. I would love to learn more about your experience. And the goal is not to learn to love chaos. The goal is to expand your tolerance for peace and stability, to teach your nervous system that calm is not the absence of love and that it is the presence of safety. Now, I want to offer you some practical tips on how to actually start breaking the pattern, okay? So here are 5 concrete trauma-informed strategies that actually work. Tip number 1, I want you to name the pull and don't follow it. The next time you feel that intense magnetic pull towards someone, especially early in dating, I want you to pause and ask yourself, is this chemistry or is this familiarity? You don't have to have the answer immediately, but just asking the question interrupts the autopilot response. Number 2, I want you to do a body scan before making relationship decisions. What does that look like? Where do you feel connection in your body? Do you feel it as a tight chest or shortness of breath? That anxious flutter? Those are activation states, not love signals. So practice noticing the difference between nervous system excitement, anxiety, right? And genuine warmth or safety. Over time, you get better at this. And trust me, you will realize that those who are a good fit, your nervous system will let you know. You don't have to be scanning for whether they like you, whether they are committed to you, whether they're talking to someone, because they will make it known. And your nervous system, your body will feel more relaxed. You will feel like you can be yourself. Pay attention to that. Now, tip number 3, deliberately spend time with regulated people. Not just romantically, but just relationally. It could be friends, mentors, therapists, right? Communities such as our Self-Worth Hub. Your nervous system learns what regulation feels like by being in proximity to regulated people. Okay, this is called co-regulation. It rewires you more than any amount of journaling alone. That is why community is so important, and building a list of chosen family, not just romantically, but relationally, familial, co-workers, friends, you name it, people who are regulated and that could understand you, okay? Tip number 4. I know this is uncomfortable, but most of us who keep attracting the same dynamic are at some level still trying to win with the person who first hurt us, right? We are still trying to win. We are auditioning the same character, hoping for a different ending. And real pattern breaking requires grieving that the childhood you deserved didn't happen. That grief is not weakness. It is actually a doorway for more self-awareness and a way to interrupt the cycle. Now, tip number 5, I want you to raise your baseline, not just your standards. What do we mean by that? Standards are intellectual and baselines are visceral. You can have a list of green flags and still feel nothing towards someone who has all of them. The work isn't just knowing what you want, but it's actually regulating yourself enough that you can actually receive it. Somatic therapy, EMDR, nervous system work. These are not luxuries. I know they sound, very fancy and they're trending nowadays, but they're actual mechanism of change. I want you to get in tune with your body. I want you to regulate yourself enough by just checking in with your body, to take a few deep breaths and, just do some tapping. Just release energy. Hum. I always encourage my people to hum. Humming is so calming, and it's like an internal massage for your body. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system. So I would encourage you to hum if you're feeling nervous, and then take the time to question how this person is making you feel. Where do you feel it in your body? How do they make you feel overall? Not just, do they like me? No. Let's shift the focus on what you want and how you feel, okay? So now I want to leave you with this important reminder as usual. Please, please, please know that you are not broken or jaded for having these patterns. You are adaptive. It pains me when I hear my clients and members prescribe themselves the label of broken or jaded, and you're not. Your nervous system did what it needed to do to survive the love that you were giving. And now you get to teach it something new. And that's not a small thing. That is not an overnight work. That's some of the bravest work a human being can do. And if this resonated with you, please subscribe. I make videos like this every week. And I go deep so that you can understand how you are feeling and some practical tips so that you can start this healing and growth process. Just real stuff. So make sure to drop a comment and let me know, what did you recognize in yourself today? I read every single one. Now I will see you in the next video, and please remember your resilience.